Hello everyone, we meet again for another episode of the lichess bot series. Our next opponent is maia9, which we're going to challenge in 15-10 rate. It is usual to have enough time to choose and verify our moves. We have the white pieces. Let's start with d4. d5, okay. Queen's gambit or knight f3, what else? Anything else? I think knight f3 is flexible. c4 is fine. We can start with c4. Okay, so opening for the bishop as well as the queen. So bishop b4 is not really a problem. Queen here I can deal with. I think knight f3. We don't care too much about this one. We can always, at the very least, we can take it like that. But realistically, we're going to ignore and play something like this. Yeah, we can start with that. Okay, so this is quite solid. So can I just get away with playing here and ignoring him? The thing is, this takes 3 tempo. Meanwhile, this. Like if this, how do I get the pawn back? Perhaps this, but then I'm not so sure. Maybe I start with this, and if this, then a4. Yeah, perhaps knight c3 is fine. Okay, bishop g5, pinning the knight, h6. So he doesn't threaten anything. Bishop g4 can deal with. I mean, if I just can also just do this. But I like this setup. Interesting. Okay, he's not threatening anything apart from c4, which I'm okay if he takes. So he wants to castle. So again, I can just play bishop g2 and ignore this. Is there anything else he can do after bishop g2? Because I have a4. What else? Do I have something else? Any advantage in doing this? Not really, because if anything, I'm helping him opening for his bishop or for his knight. So I'm not sure I want that. I think this, and if this, probably just do this. And eventually the idea will be to try to go this way. Okay. Let's try that. He still doesn't take. Again, can I just castle and continue ignoring d takes c4? Castle d takes, knight e5 prevents b5. Does it? Takes b4. Yeah, it does. Okay, I think I can get away with this. He's most likely going to take now. Because he's running out of... Okay, no, he still has some useful moves. Typically, a human would probably have taken here. Is that really a useful move? Okay, so if that's a useful move, then what does he want? This, no. This, I think we take. Does he take? And then, is there something there? I'm not sure. Maybe I can just defend like this, because now that there's no more problem with the king on e1. Of course, the problem is this is loose, but my next move will be this. Maybe I just do that. Solid. Well, in the immediate term, it's not solid because of the c3 knight, but I think my next move is this, and then I'm solid. Okay, so what does he want? Bishop a6, bishop b7. Maybe he wants to do the same as me, play c5, but then I take. Bishop b2, bishop a3 is not possible. taking, what does that do to take here? He puts a pawn there. Which one will it be? Probably the e pawn in order to open for the c8 bishop. Which then negates the point of freeing the b7 square for the bishop. On the other hand, it creates a strong pawn chain against my g2 bishop. Takes, and then e4, not really. Okay, I'd rather perhaps, yeah, okay. If I let him take, am I happy with pawns like that? Let's turn it, okay, let's change the logic. If I ignore and he takes, then I've got this hanging, well, not really, because I've got the e pawn. Do I want to have 3 hanging pawns there? Takes. I'm not so sure. Okay, I think it might be okay, but I'm not entirely sure. No intermediate move. If he takes, I have to take, and okay, so he doesn't. So takes, okay, now it's more interesting to take, because the bishop's committed to b7, so this is not, this actually I'm happy with. But okay, say the knight, I can kick it. If he takes like this, that's okay. What else can I do? Any threats, any tricks? Should I release the tension, or should I play an improving move instead, like maybe rook c1? But then what? Takes. I've got these weaker pawns. Why? Now let's be solid on the pawn chains. And my bots should not be underestimated. They do make tactical mistakes, sometimes a bit out of nowhere, but in terms of strategic play, they are very strong. I would say significantly stronger than humans at the same level. So the way to beat them is with tactics, actually, not with strategy. Well, both, but mostly tactics. But in order to tactics to appear, we need to open the position, create asymmetry. So we've opened one file, but there's no asymmetry. If we do nothing, rook c8 is coming. We can start with rook c8. e4 is not possible immediately. If we play for e4, you know, something like this, let's say it's not necessarily the immediate move I want to play, but let's say this is a plan. Thing is, takes. I can't even play it like that. I still need to prepare it even further, so I would need to prepare it even more. And second, I'm not sure I even want to do that, because then I'm lumbered with this weak pawn. And the square in front of my isolated pawn is blocked, so this is going to be difficult with a rook in front or a queen, or mostly a rook. We can imagine problems coming. So I think e4 is definitely not the way to go. Knight b5, does that do anything? Not really. a6, and I don't really have a follow-up. So I think we start with that, since he doesn't threaten anything immediately. Okay, so knight b5, now we hit the pawn, he can exchange. I would like to, the thing with knight b5 is, yes, of course, he's going to defend it, let's say like that. But then where's my follow-up? Of course, this is a blunder, I'm just going to get trapped there. And even if I exchange first, yeah, that's not going to work. So I think this, and I don't have that. So can I somehow control this square? Not really. Okay. Okay, so maybe I don't know what to do, but neither does he, so let's try to play improving moves, like maybe the queen. If we can't improve, like knight b5, it's not clear it improves. Maybe we improve the queen, and if he pushes a pawn, I take it, and that's good for me. Also adding support to this square. In the event that eventually I decide to play for this plan, perhaps a different version would be like this. Again, saddled with this weak d4 pawn, not sure it's good. So e4 immediately loses. Knight g5, I still can't, yeah, I can't get rid of the knight f6 defending. I can't distract it, and even if I could, there's another one ready to take its place. So I think that's too naive trying to go for this. So this might be a plan. Yeah, but then this will be weak. So do we need this, that's 2 tempos, or do we want this instead? 1, 2, 3, 4, we should be able to push. Should we? But let's see this. Suppose he does nothing, I don't know. He's probably not going to do that, but let's imagine this, and let's say he takes. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, exchanging here is fine. My bet is that at the end of the line, the d4 pawn, although weak, I should be able to make progress and eventually push it. Okay, he's giving me this. Not really. It's not really. Yeah, I wish I could put the knight here or here, but here, but I can't. So this I can't do. I mean, I could prepare, but let's say. First of all, if I do this, he could prevent. No. But let's say I could put a knight here. What would it even achieve? Nothing, really. So I think to open the game, it's going to be more like this. He doesn't have to take. The problem is he can insert this, which is extremely annoying. He doesn't seem to... Okay. So this, again, this problem, except that I take with check, so I think I'm okay there, and the bishop hangs at the end of the line. And this same idea, except he can insert rook takes c1, which I'm not necessarily happy with. So of course he's going to take the knight. Okay. Do we want to exchange bishops? I don't think so. At least not immediately. Of course, if he does this, I think I just take with the rook. That's easy. Makes no sense. Aha! Now he makes a mistake because knight takes, bishop takes b7, I believe. I'm probably going to lose a central pawn at the end, but I think I'm winning material because this is check. He has to recapture. Then I take this, I also hit the rook. I mean, yeah, he can probably insert some stuff like this, and at the end of the line, you know, sorry, not that, but he might have that, and not even actually. No, I think this just wins on the spot. Even at the cost of the d4 pawn, I'm winning a piece, so b7 is gone. And he cannot have any intermediate move for the simple reason that it's check. So he can take the rook first, which is fine. I think I'm happy with that. It just simplifies. I'm still hitting a6. He can't take on d4. Okay. Do I have any tricks like rook c8? No. Queen takes, no. Okay, I think it's not time for tricks, it's time for simply playing solid and trying to consolidate our advantage. And the way we do that is by looking at our weaknesses. Where are my weaknesses? Well, the first one is obviously this one. Now, if he does this, takes, he can't take with the queen or the rook because at the end there are tricks here. Okay. I can start with this. in a way, I can sort of do nothing and wait for him to fall for this trap, but it's let's assume he's not going to fall for that. So if we do this, what does he do? This, he attacks this. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just creating further weaknesses. What I want to be doing at this point is to consolidate. So this, of course, if he takes, no, he can't take. I do this. Rook takes. No, he comes back. Not so clear. I'm really running out of a useful move here. He wants this perhaps. Okay, let's get out of this alignment and let's see what he wants. So if I take, he can't take with the rook. He can't take with the rook. Because if he takes with the rook, I have rook c8 check. Or actually, rook takes d4 first. Yeah, there's got to be a problem with that. So I can take the queen and he can't take me back. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so it's total collapse. Rook c8 is mate, so he's probably not going to take... Okay, he does take the queen. Well, that's even better because it makes it easier to convert. Mate in 2. Voila. Okay, thank you very much. Let's look at the analysis. So let's see what Stockfish has to say about this one. Wow, okay, so we played quite cleanly. Well, we played incredibly well, actually. Sorry for the lack of modesty, but I mean, just look at this 7 centi pawn lost 98%.